This is the third day. I was just commenting that I saw on YouTube this morning the first day's video, and it came out well. As Megan, who's behind the camera, commented, the camera's a good camera, and we were commenting on how it will be perceived by my own family when they look at it. But I was thinking this morning when I was saying some of the bad words on YouTube, I was thinking of my mom, and I was thinking about you being here, and I haven't changed my rhetoric any, just because we have a priest and a woman in the audience, and the 13 people that are here. But and the reason I talk that way, and the reason why we're one of the reasons we're putting it on YouTube, is I don't want people coming here that have sensitivities so strong or so high that it ruins the experience for them. But this is the way it fucking is in the real world. And anybody that thinks any different is fucking brain dead. All the big hitters, and you saw some of the slides and some of the material we went over earlier, that Bill Gates said, and Ballmer, the CEO of Microsoft, said, and all these other guys. I mean, they're rough, tough guys. They didn't get to be super successful because they're wimps. And tough guys and gals talk rough. And they don't do that on television, and they don't do it, you know, and the President of the United States talks that way. And a good example of that, or when the Vice President Joe Biden told President Obama a year or so ago, he said, "This is a big fucking deal," and it was caught on tape. That's how they talk. You know, what are you smoking? What the fuck do you think? How do you think they talk? How do you think they emphasize a point? If I talk like this, Sip's not going to listen to me. He doesn't listen to me when I tell him he's a fucking idiot. I mean, you know, I was asking, I said, what the fuck kind of name is this? I was thinking about this morning. And then they told me one of the Emperor Caesars was named. And I said, no wonder he thinks this shit doesn't smell. I mean, this is the way it is in the real world. Even in the city. And then, you know, the Etonian guys with their stiff upper lip, they say bad words. And some in America say bad words not to just emphasize a point, it's because they can't say a sentence without a four-letter word in it. And that's just the way it is. And so that's the primary reason I talk like that to the seminar. But I swear more during the seminar, I believe, than I do in real life. I swear, but I think I swear in the seminar more than I do in real life, because I want to make a point that this is the way it is. Now, it may not be the way it is at Father George's parish in Romania. I'm sure he doesn't talk like that to the parishioners. Although my friend, Father John Fogarty, God rest his soul, a Carmelite priest, used to say bad words every once in a while to emphasize the point, not to his parishioners, but to me.
When you drive the car, sometimes.
Sometimes you drive the car. Yeah. Sister Luce, who's a Catholic nun, who's a friend of ours, she says when she drives the car, sometimes she says, you know, a bad word. But a bad word to Sister Luce is not a bad word to me, you know. I just, you know, saying shit under her breath to herself, I mean, it's not the end of the world. You know, it just, in the scale of things, in the cosmos of time, when you're going to stack up sins, I mean, it's pretty low on the totem pole. It's pretty low on the totem pole. But I've had people here over the years that never said a bad word in their life. Never. Not one. Now, I've had people here that claim and they lie to themselves and they say they've never had an evil thought. But that's just bullshit. Now, I don't believe that. You can't go through life without ever having an evil thought. Now, of course, there's a definition of evil. Now, evil, when I think of evil, we're going to take Trayon and we're going to fucking cut off his head and shit down his neck. Now, see, now on the scale of evil, thinking that, well, maybe Andrea, I wish him that, you know, he loses sleep tonight. That's, you know, one level. And the other one is I'm going to cut his head off and shit down his neck. That's another level of evil. And then of course, we got the German evil. Which we got the German evil, and then they invented some of the definitions of evil, you know, back in the day. So today we're going to have more role playing. I want to comment that yesterday's role playing, I was thinking about it, of all the role playing we've had here, was probably the first or second best first effort at role playing that we've ever had since we instituted role playing. I think the only role playing that was as good, or if not better, was when Bruce Whipple did it, the Whipple, with Basilio Chen of the Chen dynasty a couple of years ago. And they're both as slick as baby shit. Kind of like Ricardo. They're slick as baby shit, you know. And when Ricardo was a baby, I mean, his nannies didn't have too many problems with, because his shit probably didn't smell either. I mean, he was slick. But for the most of us, now when we do role playing again today and the next day and the next day, I doubt very much if we're going to be as polished as the first guys. Steve was also very good. You can tell he's full of Texas bullshit too. And there's a lot of bullshit in Texas, believe me. And I want to say on YouTube, Texas was very good to me. I love Texas. Texas was good. I made a lot of money in Texas. But they have a propensity or a proclivity for big statements that come out of their mouth. That's just the way they are, because they're a big state, you know. They could just as soon be a country. And their governor, current governor who ran for president, is exemplary of that. And so was George Bush, who was the governor before. Okay, so I hope a lot of people watch this on YouTube, and I hope we get a lot of interest, and it's going to be on the social media as well, not just on the net. And thank you very much.